Monday morning. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Brand new month, March 2021. Who would ever thought we'd be here? It's been a year since we've been locked down in COVID. I know some folks have, have to reorient their life. And I know that living this Zoom lifestyle is taxing, and home teaching and having the kids at home all day and trying to keep the kids involved in Zoom has been tough. Um, and I know Mondays is a day that most people don't look forward to, which is why I chose Mondays. You know, you may have heard me say, and my wife chides me sometimes because I say I don't have bad days. I stopped having bad days, and I stopped having bad days because I made a choice. Um, Not that I don't have challenging days, and not that I don't have faith building days, but I don't have any more bad days. And it was because when I came into the knowledge of the law of attraction, one of the things it talks about is positivity. And, that thing that you think about the most is what you become. And so I realized at least from the time I got home from prison, I had a negative outlook about myself. I had a negative outlook about my life based upon what my opinion was of myself and what I felt like others' opinion was of me. Once I stopped being a sniop, someone that was susceptible to the negative opinion of others, once I was able to recalibrate my emotions and my feelings, regardless of the situation, is when things change. You see, in 2012, as I've said, I was in the process of losing everything. I was losing my mother. Um, I had lost um, custody of my children through a long custody battle. I was, my family relationships were in tatters. I was uh, in the process of losing a marriage I thought I was going to be in forever. So it was important for me to realize what my thinking was contributing. And so in that time period, I made a decision that I wasn't going to have any more bad days. Regardless of the situation, I was going to find something positive in it. And so what began to happen is, as things began to present themselves that I used to see as problems, they became opportunities. Once I recalibrated and mind you, positivity won't help you do anything, but it'll help you do everything better than negativity will. And so once I began to calibrate myself to the positive, regardless of what it was, when tragedy struck, I was taught it's time to pop champagne, because that is when you have been given the opportunity to have a tangible example of what you don't want. And when you concentrate on what you want, then the way the law works is that it has to come to you. And the more you feel a certain way, the faster it comes. And if you think about the stubbing of a toe, if you think about in the morning when you stub your toe, and that stubbed toe turns into you knocking over your coffee cup, and that knocked over coffee cup leads to you being late to getting in your car. And that's leading you to rushing through traffic, and you end up in an accident. And now you're late for work. And then when you get to work, your computer won't work. Your computer won't boot up. Uh, your appointments are on time when they're usually late. So what I'm trying to illustrate is that there was a series of events that could have been altered, by how you approached the first event. So when you stubbed your toe, instead of saying, you can say, oh, something good gonna happen today. And what that does is that allows the universe the space to respond to how you're feeling. Now, in the beginning, it felt like some cryptic, and when they were telling me that my feelings can determine what happens to me, I was like, yeah, well, if that's the case, you know what I mean? So, but if I bought into it, and the more I bought into my feelings being able to determine my conditions, and I realized the better I felt, the better conditions I would be in, then I had no reason to have bad days anymore, right? So I don't have bad days. So Mondays for me are wonderful days. Thank goodness it's Monday. I got to give props to E.T., Eric Thomas. He came out with Thank God It's Monday. And for me, Mondays allows me to reorient myself and look forward, because I remember standing in commissary line on Mondays. I remember standing in necessity line on Mondays. I remember waiting on mail call on Mondays. So for me to be able to use my talent and my gift to help people not go through what I went through, that's a blessing. All right, so no more bad days. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you next Monday.